The middle way and its factors. Buddhism provides its followers with the mental development called the middle way of life, which, if well cultivated and fruitfully practiced, may lead to the highest good attainable here in this present life, as well as in the other, and finally to the highest goal. To proclaim this middle way, the Buddha accepted his role as the one who has caused a way to arise, the one who brought it about, and as shown earlier, as the one who was a knower, a realizer, and an expert in the way of which his disciples or way followers following him. Having realized this way, I teach it to the monks, the nuns, the male and female lay followers, so that this noble life would become rich, prosperous, and widespread, known to many, widely known and announced among the divine and human beings. The Buddha promulgated his doctrine of the middle way, which avoids and goes beyond the dualistic extremes of the way of life traditionally followed and practiced in his time, and the way of extricated asceticism and materialistic hedonism. At the same time, he also advocated a middle course in thinking opposed to such antitheses as eternalism and annihilationism. The direct control of oneself in the moderate mode of living is the middle way between the expansive and contractive tendencies of life. It goes through this and other dualisms by not responding to either extreme. In a negative sense, it means the denial of self-indulgence and sensual pleasure, Kamasukali Kanu Yoga, of self-mortification, Atakida Matina Nu Yoga, and in its positive sense, it implies assuming the way of living a moderate life. As a matter of fact, all the teaching of the Buddha deal with the middle way. According to him, of all good principles, Kusala Dhamma, it is earnestness or mindfulness that is to be regarded as the chief principle, but the earnest person is expected to practice the middle way. It is the Noble Eightfold Path, Ariyo Atangiko Margo, and is classified as follows. 1. Right understanding, Samadhi. This is the right understanding of things or phenomena as they are, the penetration into the Four Noble Truths. In other words, the very first step on the way in acquiring clear understanding of the various doctrines which express in one way or other the central Buddhist principle of universal conditionality. It reflects the 62 wrong views, Miccaditthi. 2. Right thought, Samma Sankappa. This denotes aspiration towards detachment, benevolence and non-violence expressed in the manner of loving kindness, to be extended to all living beings. We may interpret this in such a way that mental development, endowed with these noble qualities, frees one from all aspirations of selfish desire, ill will, hatred and violence resulting from the lack of this right understanding in all spheres of life, for individuals as well as for mankind, by getting rid of the taint of this wrong aspiration. 3. Right speech, Samavacha. This implies abstaining from telling lies, from backbiting and slander, and any talk that may bring about hatred, enmity, disunity and disharmony among individuals or groups of people, from harsh, rude, impolite, malicious and abusive language, from idle, useless and foolish babble, and from gossip. Instead, he is a truth speaker, a man of truth. trustworthy, dependable, no deceiver of the world. He speaks words that are worth treasuring, with an opportune simile discriminating, connected with the goal. 4. Right action, sama kamanta. This promotes moral, honourable and peaceful conduct. It admonishes us that we should abstain from destroying life, from stealing and from illegitimate sexual intercourse. And we may add that we should also devote ourselves to helping others to do peaceful and honourable activities in the right way. 5. Livelihood, sama ajiva. This means that one should abstain from earning a living through a profession that causes harm to others. Deceit, treachery, trickery and usury should not be resorted to. 5 trades have been prohibited, namely trading in arms, in living beings, in meat, in intoxicating drinks, and in poison. 6. Right effort, sama vayama. It has 2 aspects. In its negative aspect, it refers to the energetic will to prevent evil and unwholesome states of mind from arising, and to get rid of such states that have already arisen within the mind. In its positive aspect, it implies an energetic will to develop and cultivate good and wholesome states of mind that are not yet cultivated, and to increase and bring to perfection such states already present in the mind. Right effort of 4 kinds: the effort to restrain, to abandon, to construct, and to preserve. 7. Right mindfulness, samasati. This means that one should train oneself to be earnestly aware, mindful and attentive with regard to the activities of the body, kaya, the sense feelings, vedana, the activities of the mind itself, citta, and the ideas, thoughts, conceptions and phenomena, dhamma. 8. Right concentration, sama samadhi. This represents a higher, deeper mental state, aloof from sensual appetites, evil ideas. One enters and abides in the first jhana, wherein cognition and deliberation still exist, and which is joy and bodily happiness. Suppressing cognition and deliberation, one enters and abides in the second jhana, which is inner tranquility, and which is joy and bodily happiness arising from samadhi. Entering abiding in the third jhana, one leaves joy and dwells in equanimity, mindful, utterly conscious, and one feels bodily at ease. By putting aside and going beyond happiness and unhappiness, by passing away from joyful and melancholy states of mind, one enters and abides in the fourth jhana, in the state of utter purity, of equanimity and mindfulness, in which neither happiness nor unhappiness touches the adept. As the essential factors of the Noble Eightfold Path, Samatha and Vipassana imply a practical as well as an intellectual way of life. According to Buddhism, in the course of preliminary practice, they are the means by which to have to be developed as mundane quality. In the attainment of the final goal, they occur as a supramundane quality, constituting factors of self-enlightenment and perfection, where the aspirant terminates the long course of training for the mental development and realization of Nibbana. Meditation in Buddhism and its practice is said to be mental development. It embraces both samatha and vipassana without the exclusion of sila as its basis. Mental development, or bhavana, in its theory and practice, occupies a large part of Buddhist canonical texts and commentaries, which form a vast collection in Pali and Sanskrit. The Buddhist disciple aiming at the spiritual way of life will not overlook any one of these 3 elements. If any one of these three is dropped, the attainment of the noble path is not possible. Morality, sila, and concentration, samadhi, alone cannot disperse ignorance, avidya, which is the root cause of miseries. It is insight knowledge, vipassana jnana, which enables us to understand things according to reality.